Hi guys, how are you? Miss Dixie, Jamie, Miss Susie. Miss Susie Q's putting it out there already. Join the perks. My Facebook. I love my Susie. She does an awesome job as one of my mods. Like, I just love her. She works really hard at it. Kathleen, Angela, Jamie, Sharon, Deborah, Elizabeth, Teresa. You guys are awesome. Ashley, there you are, Dolly. Minnie, and everybody else that's going to pop on here tonight. Simpers, hello. Miss April. I try to call out as many of you guys as I can on here because I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks, Miss Susie. Tonight, we all know is about, almost said Sebastian. See, Sebastian's been on my mind every single day. I post so much stuff on him on my YouTube channel, like just to show support for him, the love we have for him, the anger I have for him. Just, I've been hammering stuff out for him. I'm sick and tired of him not having the media coverage that he needs. And the same thing for Summer Wells. Like, I've been lacking on her and I feel guilty for her. Rose Bly, we're just going to keep hammering these lives out. We're going to keep hammering all this information out because not only do they need it, but they need you and I to put their information out there for them because they're being forgotten. I mean, what's the deal with Rose Bly? How come there hasn't had any update on poor Rose Bly? Hi from the UK. Mimi Jean. Hi, Dolly. Sophie. Hey. Tay. Miss Tay. Nikki Marie. So that's what we're going to be working on. Angel. We're going to be working on just hammering these lives out, getting this, as much spirit connection with them as we can, that I'm able to not physically exert myself. Because doing this is like working a 9-to-5 job. When I go home tonight, I'm going to be, if you notice, my energy by the end of the live is drawn down, exhausted. My voice is hoarse. A lot of things happen in my auric field when I do a session. So I'm just hammering stuff out, keeping Sebastian, keeping Summer Wells out there. I mean, why do those two affect me as much as they do? Sebastian reminds me of my own child. Sweet Summer. She didn't have a chance. And here we are, still no answers for her. But I still hear Chattanooga. How many times did I mention Chattanooga for her? Susan, hi, hon. Hello, Miss Blue Eyes. Lots, right? And tonight I'm trying to get some addresses. I'm trying to get names. I'm trying to get phone numbers, something different, because I never asked about phone numbers. I don't know if I've asked about addresses. Maybe I have, but I've only ever asked about, I think, street addresses, maybe. But Chattanooga comes through. Also, for whatever reason, see those names on the bottom? I feel like I've heard them names before. But Sue, Andy, also Tracy. Those names have come through after Chattanooga. Yes, I'm just saying, but Chattanooga itself, I feel like I've gotten Chattanooga many times in the last reading I did with Miss Rose Bly. And Miss Rose Bly, she helps us out a lot with Summer. Sweet Summer is just stuck in this in-between play place. And, she loves being there. I've even asked tonight before I came on, is Summer going to be able to give us information? I got mixed signals. So I'm trying to work with Summer's family in any which way I can from the spirit world, her angels, her guides, anybody that's going to help us get information for her. Yep, we haven't really started, Minnie. I'm just going through the addendums for tonight. For our members live Saturday, I want to show you guys a little something that we're going to be working fun with, dowsing rods. These are copper rods, pure copper, 99.9 copper. Why do I use almost 100% copper? Look at that. This is my energy field right now. It's going wonky. This is not me doing this. I'm literally not moving. Okay. The energy is so heavy up here. You could feel the pull in the energy. It's going super wonky. Okay. This one is, see that? See that? That's not me doing that. I'll show you. And if you guys ever want to get a pair of these, I suggest getting them. Copper is a conductor of energy. So it can move, energy can move it to a direction. It can produce, look at this. My hands are in the way. They're just spinning. These are amazing divination tools too. They're pointing to me. So I usually point them away from me. But in my office, look what they're doing. They're going absolutely nuts. Okay? Like I said, I'm trying not to get them. My office space, this building in itself is completely alive. It's so much energy field here. This is what it's doing. It's pulling to the energy in the room. Now, I just want to show you a fun fact. When I use these, what is my answer for no? Crossing. Okay, now watch. I'm not, if you guys can see, I'm not moving my hands. Can you please give me an answer for yes? What's my answer for yes? So you guys, as you can see, my answer for yes is, it's not in front of me, but it's outwards to the side. My no is cross. Okay? And it wants to move around in a circle, and I can't because I'm not in a space to where I have enough space to reach it around. Let me see if I can back up from the screen just a little, okay? Okay, now watch. Now, I'm going to keep my hands absolutely straight. I'm going to ask a question about Summer Wells tonight, okay? Yes, it might be a little disturbing, guys. We all know this, okay? But this is, I want you to see something, okay? As you can see, I'm perfectly still. These things are moving by themselves. Is Summer Wells alive? No. Thank you. And why do I say thank you? Because don't forget, these copper antennas are working with specific energy. Will Summer Wells be found? Yes. I love it. Thank you so much. I just wanted to use an example tonight to show everybody, okay? Thank you so much to the energy involved. These are a great necessity to have if you just want to use it. But remember, these are a tool of divination. These are not a toy, okay? Always be respectful. Please don't ever ask stupid things, joking wise. This is a seriousness. You're working with energy, okay? Is that Miss Cool Molly? So we'll be using these for our members live, and we can also use these for a live that we have in general, but I'm trying to work, I'm being told again, atmosphere pressure exercises for you guys that have an issue with that. That's a thing, I guess, I'm supposed to be working with. So I'll be working on that with you guys. But as you can see, these things are a real tool. They're not toys. These are copper. Copper is a conductor of energy. That's why they work so well with energy fields. Okay. We can try one more, okay? I'll pick up the next question anybody has right now. And the thing about these, you can actually feel a magnetic pull when using them. They're purely magnetic to energy, okay? Someone throw in a question real quick, fast. The one who puts it up first gets the question with these rods. Right now they're neutral. Anybody have a quick question before I put them away? How long after she got kidnapped did she pass? Minnie, we have to do a yes and no answer. If Summer, it's okay, we'll do that one. Okay, I'm sorry to skip over you, Minnie. It's just we need a yes and no question. Okay, is Summer close to home? Yes or no? Is Summer Wells close to her home? Make sure my hands aren't touching any of the bottom. See the bottom rods here? I want to make sure. Oh boy, I want to make sure I'm not touching them in any way. I just want them to work on their own. Is Summer Wells close to her home? No. I'm getting a no. And that's a clear no. Thank you. Return to the center. Thank you. Okay. Do Summer Wells' parents know what happened to Summer? That's a yes. As you can see, I'm perfectly still. I'm not moving my hands. I'm not touching these things except for only the place that I'm supposed to. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, as you can see, these are the questions that we've asked in spirit before, okay? To get the same answers from copper rods, a divination tool asked by people on here. What is that telling you? What is the strength in our conversations when we have these conversations about this, okay? What was the question? Something like, okay. So we asked questions about Summer, and we basically got the same answers we've been getting. But the fact that these things are a phenomenal tool, but they're not a toy. Please don't use them as a joking manner. These things can find you water. You can also use, if you don't want to buy these, you can also use willow tree branches. They are a magnetic pull. You can find water that way. You can find cemetery bones. You can find things under the ground. It's very, very technical in what they do, okay? These things are a very special tool. I don't use pendulums. I never been connected to pendulums. I'm not sure why. I just don't use them. I suppose I should expand out and try new things, but because I work with spirit so heavily, I try not to use any other tools, but these are great for when I'm mentally exhausted. And this can be my sideline. This can be my handy helper. I always see a tool as an equal, not an extra, and not working for me. I always see it as a exact. Okay. Yeah, Minnie, that was the last question, and we did get a yes to that, unfortunately. Okay. But that's what we're going to be doing That's going to be one of our new things that we're going to be having for our members' lives for some questions. I'm also going to be using a, in the old times, things were collected from Earth, like a seashell, a rock, or a bone, or something like that. And it's like consulting the energy that comes through this type of thing. I'm going to be making my own specific divination set and seeing what I get out of that too. Hello to everybody that popped on here. Okay, guys. We have a lot of questions I see on here. We're going to get right into it in just a minute because we're only going to be on here. If you guys hear that, that's my camera going off, okay? Because I'm in my camera's lens of space here. I am going to put this on tonight. It might not go off. It might go off. I don't know. So if it does, you guys will hear it. You guys will see it, okay? Hello, Shell. Miss Aggie, Gypsy Rose, Crystal. Okay. Now, summer. Okay. Keep all comments respectful. If they're belligerent, I will have you kicked off here as fast in a hurry. It doesn't bother me to just delete you and get you out of here. I'm not talking about to my usual amazing people on here. I'm talking about we get these little smart asses that'll pop in and on my lives. For Sebastian's live, I've had an uptake on little comments here and there, but I also know who they are. So we just delete and move on. Okay. Don't fall into their scripture of negativity. We'll just delete their asses and get them out of here. Okay. Cal Casey, how are you? Another thing is, if you take these into a cemetery, please don't fool around. These will start going haywire and spin. And remember, this is a tool. Things can attach negatively. So please don't use them as a joke. Again, okay? Tracy, hi. Please just make sure that you treat these with the utmost respect, okay? I like these because copper is an amazing conductor. But you don't have to use that. You can get an old clothes hanger and snip it in half, and you can use that too. An energy field is an energy field, but I like this because it's like a higher form of energy, because it's such a conductor of it. It conducts it and it wields it. Okay. Sharon. Okay. So tonight I've asked for Spirit to help us out with names, phone numbers, physical addresses. With addresses though and phone numbers, I do want to be careful there, okay? Because I don't want anybody to use that. And we have to be careful when we're on YouTube. We can't just say and do what we want, okay? We have to be really careful there. For summer, Chattanooga came up again, okay? Excuse me. My tea always makes me burp, excuse me. And they also had, if you guys can see it, contact, name, Sue, Andy, also the word name Tracy. Does anybody know where that fits in for this? Sue, Tracy, and Andy. Hill. Oh, Ben. Must be Ben Hill. Road. Fifth Element. Hey, miss. Also Will. I believe we heard that before, too. Jody, Sue, and Andy are the neighbors. Okay. Andy comes up all the time. Isn't there a couple of them? Right. Andy did come up because if I'm not mistaken, I X'd him out of one of my lives before. Because he said he actually popped up on a live and said he wasn't on the hill that day, which I thought was strange that he would know who I am. And he's putting out his information on my live. I'm just saying a name. It could have been any Andy. It doesn't mean it was him. And he's watching my live. And I thought that was very suspect. Very sus of him. Okay. Also the name Will and Tracy. Will and Tracy. So there's Will, and then there's Tracy. He alleges Candace Dealer an interview with Chris M. There are some people on YouTube involved. It wouldn't surprise me. The YouTube community has gotten so insane. I love the people that keep them all in the news, keep them on the media, put their time out. They're they spend time away from their families to do this kind of stuff. And it just, some people are just twisted. They're nuts. Hunter's father's name is Andy. Andy sent a text to Candace that said it's done according to Hunter. Oh, Liam's Nana. Kathleen. So we have, okay, so there's a few Andys being mentioned here. Andy sent a text message to Candace that said it's done according to Hunter. Yes, and I think Hunter said Andy was Candace's dealer too. Do you remember? You do remember Tracy? Deborah Patterson? There are 3 Andys. Okay. Oh, well. To me, I think I'm going to say this name, Chris Pratt. That's an actor, if I'm not mistaken, but that could very well just be a person too. Chris Ann Pratt or Chris Pratt. Very, very distinctive name right off the bat, right off the gate. Andy B, Andy P, Andy H. That's okay. Yeah, please don't put last names up on here. Okay. I'm just going to rip this off because I want to keep some of these questions visible to me so I can see them and not forget to ask them. Okay, let's start off with Summer. Oh, yep, I hear. Stuck. Her aunt's talking about stuck. And will she ever move forward? Is she ever going to understand that doorway is available to her? She's stuck in this place of play, this place of, I don't care about anything else anymore. I just want to play. I want to have fun. I want to have a good time. I've never gotten anything outside of that realm of moving forward with her. He is an actor, right? And I understand that, but I'm not sure if there's just somebody by the name. I mean, people have the same name, so I'm not understanding if this is a person right here that might be. This was mentioned for a reason. I mean, this could be an actual a civilian that could be missing, somebody that could be involved in something. We don't know yet. Summer, sweetie, if you can understand, I want you to know that everybody on here is saying how much they really love you. And if you'll let me help you, please, I will help you go to the other place. But you have to understand me to do it, sweetie. No, I like it here. That's the first kind of real sentence to me. She's always been, she zooms in, she zooms out. It's like 1 minute she's there, the next minute she's out. She's like a very sporadic. Also, she talked about time. It's like she gets to play all the time. Hmm. Well, I have faith that she's going to be found. Oh, there's a Chris Pratt in Knoxville. Okay, Tennessee. Oh, and okay, Knoxville, Tennessee. Okay. And please don't go searching this person up too, because this could just mean we don't know what it means yet. So the fact that the name was said loud and clear, people are going to assume the actor, but I don't think we're talking about the actor here, because I did ask for names. See, names. So who knows what we're going to get tonight? Yeah, and we can definitely, we're probably going to have you guys pop up on here and say there's a Chris Pratt here and a Chris Pratt there. We don't know what that means yet. I don't want to speculate what that means yet. It could be somebody that's passed on or someone that is missing specifically. Parks and Recs show. I mean, like I said, Fifth Element, I'm not sure who Chris Pratt is. I know there's an actor that by that name, but I don't know if that means anything for this case. And I'm starting to feel that little woozy feel, like a drugged feel, and or like I drank too much alcohol feel. Keep that in mind. Oh, okay. Dana Lynn says Pratt is a very, very common name in Tennessee, in every county. Okay. Thank you for that, dear. Well, Chris Pratt, to be exact, is a name that we heard very specifically here. Hmm. Oh, I gotta turn that thing off. Freaked me out for a second. Loud noise. I don't know if it'll work though. Do I have my? Yeah, I have my ringer off. So I don't know. I'll test it out. Okay. Yeah, I guess it didn't work. Oh well. Did they drug Summer with a substance? Okay, that was very fast to your answer. Blue pill. Blue pill. You know, Sebastian talks about a blue pill. In this case, I heard blue pill and red pill. So this could be different kinds of pills, obviously. But is a blue pill common for a specific drug in both cases? Okay, Xanax. I mean, I'm aware of what all that stuff is, you know, when you work. Oxy 80s also, okay. Okay, let's start off with more questions, please. I want to get these questions moving and going. Let's see, I don't want that. Let's go back to chat. I don't want to mess up anything here. You guys did ask questions. Let me just go back up to the top of the chat really quick, and I can find some questions here. There was one that I did see that I want to ask because that was interesting to me. I think it was, how did they get off the property? How did they get her off the property? I know I saw it. So hold on one moment, please. I do kind of feel out of it right now. I feel almost like maybe I drank too much of alcohol or something, because I could feel it here in my chest. It's almost like I feel it here. I feel almost a burning sensation in my nose and something to do with my chest. And I'm starting to feel hot. Can you guys see my skin tone changing? So Sophie, summer is not close to home. We got that. Do her parents know what happened to her? We got a yes for that. So that was answered. Okay. Did her mother hurt her? Deborah Patterson. Let's go with Deborah Patterson's question because it's right there. That's the next one in line. Okay. I'll try to go in order for everybody. Oh, okay. Rose Bly. Meaning what, dear? Was that an answer to the question that I was just asking? And this goes back to her verifying something for me. Did Summer's mother hurt her? Did Summer's mother hurt her? Let go with. Chose. Plead. I don't have the money. Let's verify something though, okay? Because Rose, honey, when we talk about the situation, okay, let me just repeat this, okay? You said your name, the word sever. Now, sever can mean, unfortunately, the most terrible thing. Sever connection, sever your life force. You also said the word hurt. You got let go with, choose, plead, and you also said a statement, I don't have the money. Or are we referring to your disappearance? Or are we talking about Summer right now? Oh, okay. She's talking about her. She's not talking about Summer right now. Let's explore this, honey, okay? Let's talk about this, please. Okay? Rose, I know you told me before what happened, but I just want to ask again, okay? I want to see if there's, can I have the name of the person that hurt you, Rose Bly? Is that my phone? Going off? It must have been. Sorry, my phone just started going off. And my phone's been acting strange in my office too. Okay, that must have been my phone. Give me one moment. Let's get back on track with this. Are you saying that someone, and you know you spoke of this before, this is how I feel like this is for you, but that's why I want to know what you're talking about, because it's kind of like almost the same scenario, just different aspects. So when you talk about let go with, choose, plead, I don't have the money. Are you talking about you, honey? Again, I'll ask you that because I know you just said. Okay. So what she's talking about is, again, and this is funny because she has yet to change her story. Someone asked to borrow money and she said, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. It's almost like pleading with this person, let me go, I don't have the money. Someone wanted money from her, and because she couldn't give it, they hurt her. And I'm going to say they, because there's more than one person, but at the same time, it's someone very close. I can't say names on here, but I think we understand what we're talking about here, right? Honey, can I have the name of that person that hurt you? I get it. She said Summer too. Basically, who hurt her? Hurt Summer. No, as in N-O, or you know? Are you correcting me? What I just said? Oh, okay, I understand. I'm being corrected by her. Two of the cases, same thing. One person. Oh, okay. So, what do Summer and Rose Bly have in common? What's the one person they have in common? Relation, right? Rose Bly gone forever. I'm sure you heard that correct. Clear as day, a woman's voice. You guys can timestamp that for me. We'll say 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, and on. Um, was okay. Let me just go down to the bottom here so I can make sure I updo the. Bingo, yep. Your screen froze. April, she's just so, she's lost in a sense of lost into happiness, I guess you could say. But that's a good question, April. I will ask that question. Diana, hello. What does Summer remember about the day? What does Summer remember about the day, very last day the day of her disappearance. What does she remember, or can you tell me? Well, we figured that much. It wasn't what they said. Okay, can you kind of guide me into what happened? What exactly happened on the day Summer disappeared? Okay. What occurred that day? What took place? Summer didn't disappear. Summer was unalived. That comes from spirit. Can you tell me what led up to this horrible thing? What happened to Summer that led to this awful, awful thing? What exactly happened that day specifically? This I try not to give too much detail in because I want them to be able to verify something on their part, something that we might not know. What do you mean? Again, fight, sold. Who was she given to? Who was she handed off to? I'm going to say the name. It starts with an A. I don't understand. You're giving me two different names here. Oh. I don't know why. I'm just going to say exactly what is here, okay? I want you guys to see it on here before I say it. Okay? Summer didn't disappear. She was unalived. Then I hear the word name Sue, and then scream. But I'm not sure what change of weather means. I'm kind of baffled by that statement by spirit. The word wet, change of weather, wet, fight, sold. I also have the name Will, the name Andy, pass off, cell abuse. So to me, this is like Trevor. Um, I'm getting different names. I feel that she was given to a group of people to do what they like. I said, trafficked, deal, gone wrong. I'm Liam's. I'm assuming so. I'm not going to say her first name because I don't hear that. I only hear Sue. But sometimes they only give you enough to, you know, sometimes they say the smaller part of the name. I've heard Trevor before. I'm not sure where he plays into it, though. Wasn't part of the deal. Path. Grind. Left. I hear wasn't part of the deal. Path. Grind. Left. So, beneath. JS is the one who heard the scream. I do believe she was given something conveniently, school starting soon. So there would have been questions about things that were going on in her life at home. And I think that needed to be taken care of as well. That couldn't happen. If you look at her baby pictures, and then you look at the pictures before she went missing, do you see the immediate difference in her appearance, the difference in if you guys look at her photos that are there, you see an immediate change where she starts to you can tell there's something really wrong within the home, really wrong within the family. It's a very immediate switch. I do believe this was a bad deal. I do believe this was going on prior to. I keep hearing the word sell and sold. Money. Also poor. Free. Giving. Okay. I want you guys to remember some of these names on here tonight. Let's go to the addresses. Let's go to the addresses of the people that hurt Summer Wells, okay? Now, whether it's her own home, whether it's someone else, I would really, really like to know an address for the main person that physically took sweet Summer. Can I have the address? Give me 1 minute. I just want to see if I'm spelling it right. Okay, what's here though? Okay, let's look around. You guys can't see anything off my phone, off my glasses, right? This looks like almost like a rest stop. Here, what's this place? Here's a street. What's this? Damn it, it's too blurry. Let's see. I don't see houses or maybe I don't see. Oh, that might be a house. I see a lot of empty space. What are you? You are a can't really tell. Laura K. Emily. I don't know why you don't get the lives. I post up the live. I put up in videos constantly of when I'm doing the lives. The notification bell has to be turned on. I always make sure I go on publicly and speak when I'm going on lives. So I'm not sure why you don't get it. You have to put the bell on. So, I mean, I'm not sure. Okay, let's go back to this though, because there is a place by this name, but there's only a few places in this vicinity unless it's someplace that I can't see on Google. No reflection, good. Okay. All right, I'm going to ask Tammy's question. I'm hearing Tammy. So I need to ask your question, Tammy. How much money can she tell us? Maybe trace back to amount to parents or anyone involved. See, I'm very agitated out of nowhere. But we can ask. Stream. Okay. I'm stuck on this question right now. For the address, you said, okay, for one of the people that would have hurt her. I don't think this was a mistaken thing. Not whatsoever. This was something to do with an exchange of money, of selling. Unfortunately, no, it's okay, Emily. No, it's okay. Don't have to apologize. Okay, let me just get back to this address because something about the address is bugging me. You said this about an address for someone that would have hurt her. Can you give me a street address? Can you give me an area code? Don't know if I'll be able to pull it up here. Let me just... If I get something, I need to be quiet for a minute. I have to look at something. That doesn't fit for me. This would make sense for the number. Can you give me more to the number, maybe? I'm gonna, Simper, that's a good question. I'm definitely gonna ask. MJF, I think that's what we're getting at here. And but the problem prior to that is my problem with this. Um, why her? Why is it right to ask that? No. Why her and not one of the other ones? Do you know what I mean? That's my question. Um, that's that's an awful thing to ask, right? Um, I think I think at some point it got bad again with drugs, because if you look at her baby picture, she looked so different. She looked almost almost kept in a way to where she looked clean and she looked, healthy. If you look at her then and you look at her now, she's almost looks emaciated. We don't know what they were doing inside that home. Um, so this is where I'm leaning to, because Spirit is talking about money, sell, sold, but I'm also getting a few names here. Um, let me just look up this area code really quick. I'm getting an area, a small portion of something, and it's not adding up on my phone, so I want to make sure I'm putting it in right. Okay, so this, by the look of it, states that the area code, this isn't for our area. This would be out of our country. You guys can see the, hold on. There is a name of a place here in Tennessee. This says I recently viewed it, which is weird. Yeah. I need to see what's around it though. Okay, so we'll leave that written down. That is actually a place in Tennessee, so that's a good thing. So we'll leave that as is. But the area code, it doesn't fit. Yeah, she looked very disheveled, unfortunately. She did. She looked very sad. She looked very skinny. Um, Tracy, no, it's not the area code I got, but I do believe this was an awful switch off. Owed debt, owed money. How many of you remember the Dr. Phil interview with her, where she says, "I'm not doing this." She's taking everything off, and she starts to cry uncontrollably. To me, that's almost she felt she was being picked on in some way, um, when all she had to do was just answer questions. That's it. What did you guys get about her crying? Um, did she seem more with it there? Did she seem more um, standoffish? Did she? There's that name again, Chris. How many of you felt like it was a guilty thing? Did you feel guilt come from that cry? Um, in the beginning, when they mentioned the cornbread mafia, um, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. I think um, I just I don't think that that is what we're getting at here. I think the level of issue what we're at is, what can you do for drug debt? You know, think about it that way. Yeah, it was fearful. Chapstick, very correct. Simper's mom, yes. Guilt, fear. Um, she would slip up. You know, she knows she's under major scrutiny. Um, I'm told to look at her. Yes. Then, yeah, exactly, Phoebe. From the knowledge of it, there's a reason why she just refused to just stop doing interviews, and she doesn't want to talk. And I mean, and then you have their erratic behavior over the years with the drinking and the drugs and signing their rights away to their children. They signed their rights away to the boys. They don't have rights to the children anymore. Yeah, it was never about Summer, um, her being heard about Summer. It was more of fear and guilt that she had. You know, when you're not on drugs, you see the reality of things, and I think there she wasn't on anything, and it's an awful feeling you have when something. Her best friend recently died unexpectedly. And in any sane mind, any person that has no knowledge of where their child is, I will be the first one to take a poly. I will be the first one to step up and do anything that I could for my child. I'll bang on doors. I'll do anything. And that's the hard part about this. Summer never had a chance in that house. Um, when drugs are involved and you have debts owed, and you're around a trafficking ring of people that are you know, drug induced people, or, you know, pedophile rings. There are things that are happening in Tennessee that are right in front of you all that you have no idea. And that's the crazy thing. What's done in silence is done in front of people. And that's the hard part. But there's something that was stated here in address. I don't know if I should say it or not. You know what? There's no number. There's no I'm just going to say what came through, and it is a place in Tennessee, but I didn't get any number though. So I'm just going to say it. I got Hertz lane or like a street. Hertz Street or Hertz Lane. Hertz lane. I heard lane though. Now, I'm not sure what that could mean. It could obviously be a street. I think lane is a specific area, a street, a place. And if a lot of kids are going missing in Tennessee, that's usually a ring, a trafficking ring. And some people might seem just as drug dealers or something like that when they're connected to the bigger source of things. That's a rent-a-car. But Hertz Lane, though. Hertz Lane. Oh, Emily says Dr. Phil wanted to do a polygraph. Don refused, and Candace walked off. Well, there you go. I know what you're saying about Hertz. I do understand it's a car rental place, but I also hear something after that came right together. Hertz Lane. If you look up GPS, there is a Hertz Street in a certain part of Tennessee. Yeah, very scripted. I hear you, Tracy. Is that in Franklin, Tennessee? See, I don't know the places of how far it is away from where she went missing or what county it is. Clue. It's a clue, though. Clue. This could be one of the jerk-offs in her case that need to be found. I have no respect for people that hurt children, and sometimes it might come out in anger from my mouth, but I might say things that I shouldn't say on here. I also got the word stream, ring, and these numbers that came up when I asked for area code, but they're not in, that number isn't in the United States. Tammy Penter, read message. There, that's what I found, Angel. That's the place that I found. So I'm not sure what's there. You know what I mean? It only shows so much. Hold on, Tam. I could read it. Again, because there's no specific address in here, I think it's important that we say it. Okay? Hertz Lane in Tennessee. There is no specific Hertz Lane in Tennessee, but the term likely refers to either the Hertz Fast Lane program for expedited pickup or a location near a street with lane in it. The Hertz Airport location in Nashville is at 1 Terminal Drive, while another branch is in 635 Hangar Lane. Well, you have to remember, they didn't Beautiful Disaster, they didn't pass it at first. No, they didn't pass it at first. If you go look at and find out, they didn't pass it at first. If you go back and look, they didn't pass it at first. I mean, these people are not stupid people. I know they look in a way that we think logically, they're not that smart, right? But clearly they're smart enough that they got away with what they did. Okay. You have Don Wells playing out this, he's a good dad, he's a soft person, and he loves this and he loves that. But at the same time, we're finding out about all this these records that they have about burglary, the drug use, the abuse, the alcoholism, the fact that things went on with his, I believe, half sister, phone calls between them too about him, saying he couldn't help himself. Think about that. So can you imagine what was going on in their home? Look where that baby slept, in a wet basement floor on a mattress, feet away from the parents, with no, it just, can you understand that? Yes, maybe that they didn't have a lot of money, but at the same time, it's clear to me that that child went through certain abuse for drug use to get what they needed. And maybe they weren't like that in the beginning. Maybe it stopped for a bit and then it got really bad again. um, but as you can see, before she proceeded to go to disappear, she looked so emaciated. She had bruises on her, she had rashes on her. My REM pod just beeped. There it goes. Summer Wells just really went through something, unfortunately. Yeah. It's lighting up tonight. All right, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Summer, honey, can you step away from that, please? Summer, I need you to step away, honey. Let it go. Let it go, honey. You got to step away from it. It's going to keep setting it off. Rose, can you shut that off for me? I'm going to take a sip and I'm just going to let it go for a minute. Yep. I'm going to shut this off for a second, okay? They didn't pass it at the initial polygraph. They said Candace was too emotional. They had to shut it down. If this bothers you guys, I will shut it off. It's just I'm trying to give it a moment to. Um, she was to go the next day and take it again and refused. I'm not sure about that. Uh-huh. Okay. I need to shut this off, okay? Can you guys please step away from it or I have to shut it off? I have to, that's why. Um, oh, my wrench says there is a Herzl Lane in Knoxville. She's being very specific about the pattern she's using on the REM pod. She's going 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Hold on a minute. I need to look at the REM pod for a minute. It's going too fast. I know this sounds crazy, but it's like she's almost giving me an area code. If you go by the numbers and the numbers on the REM pod, you see what she's doing? But it's going so fast I can't catch it. Do you understand what I'm trying to? It's the lights. It's the lights. It's the... Okay, I'm gonna stop this for a moment, okay? Let's try. I want to try something, okay? You see that going crazy? Let's do something with this. I want to show you guys something with this. I want to see what happens with these. It's moving in the same exact pattern. It's not switching up. And this is what I think this is a message for. I think this is telling me numbers. Look at that. Same exact thing. If you look, this one isn't lighting up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It switches up every few seconds too. This is going haywire. Okay, lovely. I'm sorry. I have to shut this off, and I think I understand what you're trying to do. I get it. It's not even allowing me to do it now. Okay, love. All right, all right. I got to shut this off for a minute, okay? Holy shit. Holy shit. That thing has not went off in how many lives that we've done so far? Tammy, I believe so, yes. 100%. But I need... It's what gave me pause was the way it was beeping. It was 1, 1, 2, 3 in the middle. On the side, 1. Because there are ones in... I'm just going to show you because it's not for the US anyway. You see that? I asked what was the... This is not a 7, by the way. That's a 1. I got a 117. And when I asked for the area code and I looked it up, that's not even in the United States. But what she was doing, it was just so specific. I've never seen my REM pod do this before. Now it's doing the back. Those weren't lighting up. See, look what she's doing. 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. I'm not going to be able to get a number by that. I've only seen it. You're right, Deborah. But tonight it's going completely haywire. I'm not sure. When I asked for an area code, I got 117. So I'm like, okay, that's got to be an area, smaller part of the area code, right? But that's not even in the United States. That comes up if I wasn't mistaken, it comes up, comes up in the UK, United Kingdom. But Hertz Lane, I mean, I could have spelt it wrong too. I spell Hertz as Hertz. So Hertz Lane could be Knoxville, Tennessee, like Susie says, because it was very specific. Knox Lane or Hertz Lane. You see how I spelt it? I just might have spelt it wrong. Dixie says, too fast for Morse code, no pattern, like it could be Morse. It's almost like it's showing City of Bristol in the UK. So I'm wondering, unless that's an end of a area code. My wrench says 37711 is in Bull Gap, Tennessee. Oh, Sweet Soul says Bristol is in East Tennessee too. This live has got me all up and down tonight. That's also East Tennessee. Boat launch terminal. So it's Bull Gap. There's a Bristol. Oh, got it. She was trying to show me Bristol, Tennessee, because UK. There is no area code 117. Is there United Houston, Leland, and oh. Well, that makes perfect sense. She was guiding me to 117 because it was going to come up Bristol. Thank you. We got it. We understand. Okay. I'm going to turn this back on. Bristol, Tennessee. Bristol, Tennessee. Bristol, Tennessee, Summer? Purple, please, if it's Bristol, Tennessee. Purple. Purple light for Bristol, Tennessee. There you go. Purple. Purple for Bristol, Tennessee, sweetie. Is that where you are? Or the person that hurt you, excuse me. Bristol, Tennessee. Is that where the person is that hurt you? or people, group. I mean, it went purple one time. It went purple one time. Sweet soul, is that not bananas or what? April, I'm thinking same exact as you as well. Or it's like a, what about a route number, guys? Trevor Lee passed out flyers of summer in Bristol, Tennessee on random corners. Well, okay, now that we've got that down, okay, I can't turn that back on because in Bull Gap is 59 miles from Bristol. I grew up in the area, Sweet Soul says. Well, guys, I think we're on to something here. There is a Hertz lane in Hazard, Kentucky. Do some of the men live in Bristol, Tennessee that hurt Summer Wells? One of them do. I just heard one loud and clear. One of them lived there. What's the name? Are we saying Bill? Another name for Bill is Will. When we say William, we call them for short what? Bill, right? Oh, I don't think she's outside of Tennessee. Tennessee is huge. Tennessee has got woods for Tennessee. We have Appalachian mountains there, like caves. Good question, Phoebe. Summer or Rose, is there anyone on YouTube that hurt you guys, or excuse me, hurt Summer? Getting the number 7. Seven also means creation. 7 is the number in the Bible. It means you guys want to give these a try? Maybe we can get another answer out of this. These are going crazy. You can feel the magnetic pull. That is so insane to me. Is anyone, let me ask it like this. The people that hurt Summer Wells, do they live in Bristol, Tennessee? You just move back so you guys can see. Okay, we'll start off again. Does anyone that hurt Summer Wells, excuse me, live in Bristol, Tennessee? Oh, I can feel that pull. There's our answer. Watch how far they go back. These can't turn like this. I have them facing towards downwards, people. So you know I can't. I'm going to have to move my finger. They're moving. A yes. Big yes. Okay, thank you. Return to the middle. Return. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. The person that hurt Summer Wells, was his name Will? Kind of like waving back and forth. Okay. Okay. Let me ask a different question. The man that took Summer Wells, was his name Andy? Let me move a little farther away from the screen so you guys can see clearer. Okay, back to the middle, please. Try to get my hands right in the middle so they don't interfere with anything. Okay, now look, I have them pointing down. So if they move outwards, it's the pull. This is what I'm trying to get you guys to see. I have no control over these. Was the man that took Summer, the man that took Summer Wells, was his name Andy? Ooh. There it is. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Return to the middle, please. Good job. Thank you very much. How do I answer this question, guys? I don't know how to go from here. I don't know the Andes. I just know Andy. Sold. Okay. Was Andy Candace's drug dealer? Okay. Still. Okay. Let's try another question. Okay, we're going to ask this question because I've gotten this question before. Was Fred Hill involved in Summer Wells' disappearance? No, guys. No. I know a lot of people feel that, but clear as day, no. Return to the middle, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. Was Andy B involved with Summer Wells' disappearance? What is Jody Sue's husband's name or boyfriend's name? Andy what? Andy B, Andy P, which one? I have to be specific if I'm going to ask that question here. B. Okay. Was Andy B the one that took Summer Wells? Okay, let me be more specific. Was Andy, okay, I'm going to face them down, guys. So if they go up this way, that's because they're, see, if I face them down purposely, because if I'm moving them, what are they going to do, right? They can only swing this way, right? You can't really go out far. Okay, so, ooh, was Andy Bernard the one who took Summer Wells? Again, there's that weird wavy thing. That's something I don't know what that is. Okay. Was Andy Bernard the one that took Summer Wells? We'll ask that question, but I'm going to point them down further so you guys can see. I'm trying to show you something because I think it's important that you see. I'm pointing them downwards, okay? Let's point them away from my energy. Okay, I'm trying to keep it on screen though. Was Andrew Bernard the one who took Summer Wells? Guys, there is a yes. That is a yes. Ooh, they're still spinning. Thank you for that. Thank you for your answer. Return to the middle, please. Return to the middle. Thank you. This one still is energy focused. Thank you. I appreciate your answer. Okay. Was Summer still alive when she was taken from the home. Oh, no. Thank you. Thank you. How did they take Summer off? Oh, I can't ask. It has to be yes or no, guys. Um, okay, give me a second. Thank you so much for the energy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, as awful as that sounds, we have to always thank the energy that we work with to make sure we show appreciation. Okay. I'm just trying to find yes or no answers, so just give me a moment here. I can't ask a question with a question to get an answer. You know what I mean? This is a divination tool. Miss K says, "Wow, Emily, he moved to Bristol." Who moved to Bristol? Did the man Andy? What about the man in the camper that stayed on the property and left right after Summer went missing? I can't remember his name. What? Mm. Okay, for real. Hold on. Was Dan with Andy B? Was Dan or Don? Okay, just give me a minute. I want to ask this question about Don and Andy B. Okay, I'm going to move back for a minute. So it might be a little hard to see your questions because my glasses are just readers. Okay. 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 Let's go to the question. Um, was Don Wells with Andy B when Summer was taken off? Okay. Okay, guys, pay attention to my hands. You see these little things? My hands are right in the middle here. Look, it's like a magnet. Okay. I think the question's already answered, but hold on a minute. Was Don Wells with Andy Bernard when Summer was taken off Ben Hill Road? No. Clear no. Don was not with Andrew Bernard. Did Summer, hold on a minute, let me just get comfortable with these, let them, our energy go whatever, which way they're going. Okay. Did Summer die? Oh, I hate using that word. Excuse me. I really don't want to say that word. Did Summer pass away from drowning? No. That's a big no. Still crossing. Oh, it's going to cross over me. It's going to hit me in my face. No. No, she didn't die of drowning. Okay. Good question, for real. Hold on. I don't want to miss any other questions. Hold on, Susie. I'm going to ask yours next. Okay. You guys can see I'm not touching any part of these. I just want you to see so you guys understand where my hands are. I'm very smack dab in the middle. Okay. I'm pointing them down. The energy has to move on its own. Did Andrew Bernard's son hurt Summer Wells? That's a no. No. Okay. Back to the middle, please. Back to the middle. Thank you. Back to the center. Thank you. Thank you very much for your help. Okay. Now, what's the one with Candace? I need to ask that one. This is funny because these are pulled like an odd. It's like if you guys could feel the pull, I feel like I'm connected to a magnet right now. Let's see. Where's the one with? Okay, okay, back to the center, please. Thank you. Thank you. Did one of Summer Wells' brothers hurt Summer? Thank you. Oh, I feel that pull. Thank you. What was the question about Candace and Andy Bernard? Did Candace give Andrew Bernard Summer Wells? Okay. It's almost open wide, but I'm just trying to give it a second to see what it does. Okay. Did Candace sell Summer to a man? There's your answer. It's not a bitch. Oh. Thank you. Please return to center. Did Candace sell Summer for drug owed money? That's a yes. Thank you. Return back to center. Thank you. Come back to the center. Okay. Now, is Summer Wells close to her house? Is she close to her home? No. No. Okay. I have a question. This is my question because we keep getting this back to center. Okay, let's readjust to make sure we're not moving anything, doing anything. Oh, you still feel it growing wonky on me. Is Summer Wells in Chattanooga, Tennessee? There's our answer, people. River. I hear river loud and clear. You said this before. Thank you. Back to the center. Back to the center. Good job. Thank you so very much. Okay, we're going to take a second. We're going to return back to the screen. Oof. Thank you. Well, so far, like tonight has been absolutely insane. Um, between the REM pod, between these, between the answers we're getting, between the questions I'm trying to ask. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. The Tennessee River goes directly through Chattanooga. I wasn't expecting. I never know what to expect in these lives. I don't prepare for them. I don't have like a script. I have a bare piece of paper, a notebook, and this is what I have. These are my lives we do, guys. Just written words that you see all the scribblings I do. This is my life. I don't know. I never prepare for these things. I just um do what I can to the best of my ability with my spirit team. Without them, there is no me. I always give all my praise to spirit because spirit is the one that gives the answers. I'm just in between. Good question, Deborah. Uh, also the word cruise. Hold on a minute. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Vicky Kraus. What does cruise mean for you? Because that's the word I heard when I heard when I read your name. Cruise. Yeah, my curtains move because that's my elbow. I can say that's me. I can honestly say not everything that happens in here is spiritual. I'm the first one to debunk something. But if there's something not okay, I will tell you guys. That's why I always say timestamp, because I know my surroundings. Dixie says you never disappoint with your lives. Tonight was off of the charts tonight. Did Summers for real says did Summers mom and dad know she would not be coming back? Well, yes, that was one of the things. She was passed on the property. Yes, but I heard cruise. Did we miss any questions tonight? That's what I want to know. Something. Oh, Sweet Soul says Southern Belle is a river boat in Chattanooga that does daily cruises. I mean, I can, sure. Pamela Sue. I move away from the screen so you guys can have the full view, so you guys can see. I always want to make sure I back up what I'm doing so you guys can see for yourself. This has nothing to do with me. I don't want anybody saying, oh, that's a fake thing. I could care less. You guys could feel the pull. Did you guys see these turning and twisting? It's like a wave of energy. Did Allie have any knowledge of what happened to Summer? No. No. Nope. Okay, it's a no. When she was on the physical world, I know Ellie passed. On the physical world, I don't think she knew the true story of it. No. Good, Linda. I'm going to ask that question. Now, what do Grandis? I mean, isn't her name Candace too? Is that why you guys call her Grandis? Yeah, that's the energy fluctuation. Go for it, Deborah. Have a good night, honey. Thank you for coming. The Isaiah House 117 that Laura spoke about earlier is just outside of Chattanooga, and it provided temporary care for children waiting for foster homes. Don't know who that is. Or what the Isaiah House 117 that Laura spoke about. I don't know who that is. So her name is just Candace, then, like the daughter. That's weird. Who gives it their daughter the same name? I don't know. I can't. I feel I've already asked a question about Candace. would spirits really know what grandest means? I could say the grandmother. Yeah. And that was, okay. Okay, guys. Oh. Was Summer Wells, okay, let me give it a second so that the energy can get balanced here. Was Summer Wells' grandmother involved in Summer Wells' disappearance? I'm trying to give them a little bit of time because I do have them directly facing the floor, so they have to use the energy for a yes or no answer. I can feel them moving, that's the thing. Slowly but surely they're moving. So this would be I just want to clarify before I say what I think. Because they're getting wider. Okay. That's a yes. Oh, pulling that one, this one over here to my right is almost going to touch the window direction. So yes, she did know. Thank you. Forward, move back to the middle, please. Thank you very much. And also the word Tennessee is coming clear as day through. Tennessee. Did they bury Summer in a cemetery? Did they bury Summer in a cemetery? It's moving literally right up the sides of each other. No, she's not in the cemetery. She's not in the cemetery, guys. Okay, let me go back. Thank you so much. Let me go back and read some of these, okay? So yes, she did know. Blue eyes. I'm going to go on my TV and watch. Oh, I'm sorry. Tammy, you're next. I've already asked that question, honey. The grandmother knows full well. Where did I just see Miss Tammy's? Ask her, she's there. Okay, good question, Tam. Okay. As you can see, you know what? I'm going to do this just so you guys can see a fuller, broader spectrum. See the bottom of them? Can you see them? I'm going to hold them like this. Okay, so you guys can just see my fingers and the bottom of this thing, okay? I gotta read her question again all the way from over here. Is Summer Wells near the Tennessee River in Chattanooga? Timestamp. Big ol' yes. Miss Tammy. Big ol' yes. Still pulling both ways. Went above my hands now. Almost going to go backwards and hit me in my face. Ooh, this one might get me. Okay, thank you. Back to the middle, please. Back to the center, please. Back to the center. Thank you so very much tonight. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. Okay. Good job. Okay. Well, now we know why she keeps speaking of Chattanooga. Yes, I can see your chat. What's wrong, Shelly T? Let's ask how summer passed. That's what I want to ask. Start asking some questions. I'm trying not to put my energy into the rods. I want to just be on the outside of it asking the questions and try not to feel about it, because the more I think about it, the more I'm going to use my emotional connection to her, and that's going to bother me. I want to be on the outside of these questions. I kind of want to be the stranger just asking the questions. Shelly T, we're going to ask Shelly T's question because she keeps asking about. Shelly T, I saw your question, honey, but I wanted to ask the ones above you first. Did she pass away of the exhaustion in the car? Can you repeat your question just for me one more time, though, honey, so I can word it exactly how you did? Shelly T? Just asking a question like heat exhaustion. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going to ask Shelly T's question, okay? Light heat exhaustion on passing. Okay. Okay, guys. My fingers in the middle, because I can't go to the bottom because it can stop them from moving, okay? So we have to be very careful how you hold these, okay? Okay, so I'm going to put these up in the air so you guys can see right where my hands are. Did Summer Wells pass away from heat exhaustion? Okay. No. Thank you. Center, please. Thank you. Did Summer Wells pass away from drug overdose? No. Okay. 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 I'm hearing the word strangle. Okay. Thank you. Was Summer Wells I hate to use this word. Was Summer Wells strangled? Thank you. Please back to the center. Thank you so much. Back to the center. Thank you. Was summer. Was Summer Wells. Was Summer Wells physically assaulted? Thank you. Please back to the center. Okay. Did Andy assault her? Okay. Thank you. Back to the middle, please. Thank you. I want to ask that too, and I think you guys understand what I'm trying to ask. When I say assaulted, I mean the other assaulted. Um, did Summer pass away? Was Summer, God, I don't want to ask this. This is going to sound so unprofessional. Yes, but I still find that offensive to even say. Maybe Jane. I know this is probably going to sound stupid the way I'm going to say this, but did someone hurt Summer Wells' private parts? Something about the word carry. Blame. Okay. Thank you. We understand. Thank you. Please return back to the middle. Okay, let me just relax my fingers because I'm holding this so I don't move at all. Okay, thank you. I'll have you relax for a minute. Okay. Is Summer stuck in the in-between? Okay. Thank you. Please return to the middle, to the center. Thank you. What was the other question I was going to ask? Completely left my mind. There you go. That was the question for Susie. Was this something planned? Was Summer being taken and hurt? Was it a planned thing? Was her disappearance planned? That's my stomach growling, guys. If you're growling, it's just me hungry. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you very, 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 very much. No, she did not drown. But that doesn't mean she wasn't placed in a barrel. That's what she told me before. We can also ask that as well, Laura K. You have to remember, just because she was placed in a barrel, that doesn't mean whatever happened to her prior to didn't still happen to her. That's the problem. I wanted to ask, there was one, okay, I wanted to ask the question about Hunter from Vicky, and then we'll talk about the barrel. We'll go about the barrel as well. Does Hunter love Andy? Okay. All right. Okay. Does Hunter know that Andy hurt Summer Wells? Let me re-ask the question because I feel like my hands are too far apart. I feel like we should have my hands closer so you guys can see the amount of distance between them when they move. Okay. Again, did Hunter know about Andy hurting Summer Wells? That question is unanswered. I don't think it's answered. There was one more question that I believe Laura K said something about a barrel. In previous sessions, Summer Wells talked about a barrel. We all know that, right? Was Summer Wells placed inside a barrel? Oh, that one really moved. I'm trying to stay still so it doesn't hit me in my face. Yes, there's your answer. Yes, Beryl. Okay, thank you. I'm going to have you go back to the center. I'm going to just, because I forgot to say that, back to center, but thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, hold on, Tim. Let me ask. The plan. Well, we already know that Summerwell's parents knew because we asked that way in the beginning, Susie. Yes. Okay, let's go to Cynthia's question. Was Summer in the shed by the road? And then we'll go to Tammy's. Okay, let's go to Cynthia's question. Was Summer in the shed by the road? I gotta move back here so you guys can see. Was Summer in the shed? Sorry, I have to reread that. My God, I'm so tired. It's already moving. Okay, hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. So, was Summer in the shed by the road? No. No. Thank you. Thank you. I say return to center, but you're already there. Thank you. I got to remember to say thank you and return to center. Tammy. Right. Yeah, Tammy. But the question was about the barrel. It wasn't about after we spoke about Chattanooga. Yeah, because I remember that session specifically because she said something about the storm and that the barrel broke. So pieces of her there and like, oh, I guess you could say in an awful way. Some of it's there and some of it's not. Exactly, Emily. I feel like something touched my hand. I feel like there was one more. We talked about the barrel. We talked about Tammy's question. Okay, that's the one I wanted to ask. Tammy's question. Is the barrel in the river or in the woods by the river? I'm hearing almost like shrubs, but let's just ask the question anyway. Let's see, go back to Tam's question. Is the barrel? I'm squinting like a blind person. Okay, that's a combo question, so I have to ask one at a time. Is the barrel in the river that Summer Wells is in? Okay. Thank you. Return to the middle, please. Thank you. That was a quick answer. Okay. Okay. Good job. Is Summer Wells in the wooded area, in a wooded area by the river? Word ship as well. Ship, ship. I can feel it moving. That's why I'm not going as fast with the question there. Okay. This one right here is turning. I can feel it inside. That's a yes, Tammy. And that makes sense because how many times did I say a passerby is going to find her? Return to the middle, please. Thank you. Turn to the middle. Thank you so much. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm going to ask this question again because we asked Summer already, but I'm going to ask the question. Will a passerby find Summer Wells' remains? That's a yes. That's a yes. I want to see how far the yes goes over. Return to the middle, please. Thank you. Turn to the middle. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. We got to figure out from here on in what we can do to help Summer. Because not only did they validate it in spirit, but we got these to validate. And this, if you guys were to use these, you can't screw up with these. You can't. The only thing you're doing still is being still. And the reason why you can't is because these, it's funny because it's a magnet feel. It's like a pull. You're going to feel a sensation in your hands of a pulling, like you have a magnet to your palms, and you can feel them moving. Okay? That's how you know they're working right. Okay. If you don't feel anything, then that tells you this isn't either you're doing it yourself. Okay. And how you can tell they're working right is you'll feel the pull of a magnetic field in your hand, or you'll just start to feel them move, and you know you're completely still and you're not doing anything to provoke it. Ask when you start to use these, you need to use these as a tool, as in you need to be polite. You need to ask what your yes and your no is. So, perfect example, you'll say to them, do I have the permission? Oh boy. Do I have your permission to use this tool? Okay. Now, that's usually what happens right there. See that? Can you please show me what my yes is? What's my sign for yes? See that? That's my yes. Thank you. Please show me what my sign for no is. And there's my no. Crisscross. Thank you so much. Okay. This is more of a energy call right now. Okay. Now let's get back to, thank you. Let's get back to, can you ask how far off the river, like 1 block, 2 block? We can. Good question. That's a very good question. Why does my camera keep going off? Okay. Welcome, Miss Cynthia. Let's go. Vicky asks, if Summer goes into the light, will that allow her remains to be found? I guess her remains being found has nothing to do with her. She's, energy form is just giving us information. It's not even her giving me the information. That sweet little girl is so sporadic. She shows me herself in this place, almost like this vibrational realm of she's happy, she's playing, but it's in the same exact spot over and over and over again. It's like a circular energetic form where she's living her best life in that little happy space right there. And she's not in any pain. She's not in any sorrow. In her mind, she's happy. And I'm not trying to take that from her. When and if the time ever goes by, then hopefully she'll be able to cross over. But some souls, sometimes they just don't get to go for quite some time. Give me one question. Give me 1 second, Simper's mom, and I'll ask that. This will be my last question for the night, because I did say at 11 o'clock I shut my lives down. But that's to answer your question, Vicky. No, it wouldn't hinder her from being found. No. Okay, let's ask this last question. Okay. All right. Last question for the night is going to be Simper's mom. Is the barrel with Summer Wells is it down in the ravine in the woods? But there was a good one. I don't really want to skip that one question because I feel like that was important to ask. Where did it go? We can always ask him the next time, I suppose, but I want to ask this one question. Okay, is the barrel of Summer in it down at ravine? Okay, last question of the night, guys. Is the barrel that Summer Wells? Okay, how do I say? Is the barrel Summer Wells is partially in? We already asked if it was in a wooded area, so we can't ask that same question. We're going to get the same answer. Is the barrel that Summer Wells is partially in, is that down in a ravine? Is Summer Wells in the barrel partially in a ravine? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Please return to the middle. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for tonight. Thank you for your help. Thank you, the energy. Thank you so very, very, very much. I can't tell you thank you enough. You validated a lot of things as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, and like I said, I have to be off here by a certain time. But I can see. Did I miss her question? That's the question I was actually looking for, believe it or not. Is the broken barrel seen from the river cruise boats in Chattanooga? That's my question. Arise. I'm not sure what this reference is. Arise, arise. Let me just ask it again, just because I feel like that was the question I was originally looking for. Is the broken barrel seen from the river cruise boats in Chattanooga? I'm being told I need to go back to Simper's question. See, this is what I heard earlier too. When I was doing the rods, I heard Simper. Like, pay attention to Simper's question. I don't know why that's relevant to Spirit, Simper's mom. Because I think we answered it already. The woods, the barrel is kind of like, I don't want to say woods. I want to say when there's flooding and there's something in the water, it gets stuck within the tree limbs or stuck in vine or shrubs. And this is what I'm trying to get at. Well, thank you, Pamela. Yeah, I did ask. Yeah, kind of like being stuck in like debris, or you know how tree branches are broken down into the water shafts, and um, sometimes it just gets stuck like that. Tonight definitely floored me. I have to say, I'm definitely stunned by tonight. Um, it definitely sent me for a loop, for sure. Um, we will be using these for our members live, just so you guys know. Um, so be ready for that Saturday, guys. Kind of something like that, Carrie. That was me in front of my camera. Um, what did you guys think of tonight's live? It was insane to me. Um, let's just check one thing, okay? Let's just give this. Spiritual activity tonight is off the hook. Off the hook. Like off the hook tonight. Um, yes, guys. I definitely was floored. I don't usually say that about myself or like our lives. I'm floored by the way tonight ended. Um, we have a lot of validations through another form of divination, of another form of usage of energy. Um, so this makes a lot of sense tonight. Thank you, Dixie. Nana, thank you, everybody. Yeah, Susie, you took the words right out of my mouth. Flabbergasted is a word I can honestly say that I am tonight. And I don't usually get like this. To me, it's just like breathing, you know. You do your things, you help souls, you help people, and you go home and you do what you do normally, you know. Anyone from Chattanooga or just Tennessee know if cruise boats with names arise and meaning arise? Yeah, guys, look into that, please. I mean, we're gonna do another one for her. It goes with previous readings, but the names were very direct. Andy was mentioned before. He threw me for a loop though. I got really pissed off when he just showed up, and it makes sense now why he just showed the hell up on my live. What, guys, like last year? He doesn't know me, I don't know him, and he just showed up on my live stating he wasn't there, and he kept trying to more or less say it was Fred Hill. And how many times has Spirit said, no, Fred Hill had nothing to do with it? Also the name Casey. The veil is definitely thin. Like this lower part of my body is ice cold, guys. Freezing. And it takes me so long to get my body temperature up after things like this. It takes me about an hour to get my body temp back up. The lower part of my extremities are like ice cold. Yeah, I don't want any part of the crazy shit. Like, I don't want anybody popping on my lives. Thank you so much, for real. You guys had phenomenal questions tonight. Phenomenal questions tonight. All of you guys did. I tried to fit everybody's questions in. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it as she speaks about. Rose has spoken to me about money, somebody wanting money from her. And she told me straight out it had to do with meth, and the person wanted money from her, and she said I didn't have any money to give. I didn't have any money to give. Um, and it was just very sad because she just spoke of, because they didn't get money from her, this person became enraged and they just took her life. It's really sad and it's really awful. Um, just wow, guys. I'm floored tonight. That's all I can tell you guys. It's not often I get floored by things, but that was a very distinctive. I mean, I can't even turn that thing back on. I can't even turn it on. And for him to come on my live last year, it makes perfect sense now to me. Yeah, guys, like, share, and subscribe, please. This is the best thing we could do and get Spirit's name out and just keep their name in the media. We're going to do this until we can't. So I always tell people, please just share. Just do what you got to do to keep Summer Wells out there. Do you want to share my stuff? Hey, you do, you don't, you don't. That's great. I always keep them in the media no matter how you do it, whether you share my video, whether you share somebody else's video. Just please do it for them. Do it for them, please. Yeah, and I had Lane, I had to kick him off my live. I had him booted. And I booted his ass myself because how did he know I was going live and how did he know I was talking about him? I didn't say his last name. Angela, perfect. And that's what I was giving reference to earlier. Your husband can find water with a wire coat hanger. Exactly what I said earlier. There is a Rise Church in Chattanooga. Laura. Is it true Mariana switched her instead of her own daughter? I don't know about whatever you're talking about when it comes to that. Is it okay to send your name to Fred and Ziggy Hill for them to see the live and Andy continued to play? I've already spoke to Ziggy on live and that question has come up. And you guys that are on here all the time know that I've stated that several times that he has had nothing to do with it because Spirit has told me. And tonight's the fourth validation. The fourth. Simper's mom, welcome. Welcome to Early Perks. Ziggy knows. We've had a conversation right on live, and I've even asked Spirit in front of Ziggy to make sure I call anybody out, regardless of who it is. I will respect anybody, but if Spirit tells me some shit, you're out of my live. And Ziggy didn't hold back anything from me. I made sure I asked questions right in front of all of you guys about Ziggy and about Fred Hill. And every time it came back, he had nothing to do with it. If he has a record, he has a record. But Spirit definitely did not tell me he had anything to do with it. They said no every time. And I go by what Spirit tells me, not what people think of him because of his background. So Ziggy has definitely been on my lives and asked questions about Summer. And I've asked Spirit in front of Ziggy, did he have anything to do with it? And I've been told no every single time. I do not hold back just because someone's sitting on my live. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut this live down. It definitely was a night. That's all I can say. It definitely was a night. And even now, Fred Hill had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. And I've made sure to ask that question. If he did, Spirit's going to tell me. So I want you to be prepared. If you come on here and he tries to hide shit from me, Spirit will tell me. You guys know this. And I've been told four. Now this is the fifth time because I was just told again. Okay? Everybody's connected to Summer Wells. She's that little girl we could have mothered if we lived in the neighborhood. We could all shared responsibility of her so she could have had the proper food, proper clothing. Just we all as a community would have taken care of her. And sadly, we can't save everybody. And as awful as that sounds. I always give thanks to Spirit at the end of the night. I always tell them thank you. No matter what it is, I say thank you. Summer's Army, Mimi Jean, 100%. And unfortunately, the horrible part about it is her life was diminishing slowly as she aged. And her poor aunt, you know, what do they have in common? What persons they have in common? I mean, look at the grandmother's brother. He was such a horrendous pedophile. They say he was one of the worst in history. Okay? Grandis's brother was locked up for so long because he's that much of a danger to the community. I don't even know if he's still in jail. The father, I mean, look at this poor baby. I just don't understand. I don't understand how, you know, no one can report this kind of stuff and how that baby just vanished. And we all know how. But why wasn't CPS able, you know, and I can't blame CPS. It's just to come to the aid of a child so late, you know. Donna L., it was quite the wacky night tonight. But all right, everybody. Let's look more into this and see what we can find out. What about Bristol? Bristol, clear sign as day. I got the wrong area code because I'm supposed to look at Bristol. Bristol is in Tennessee. You see how Spirit tries to put you in a circle of communication and they just want you to see something, even if it is messed up, you have to look at it. That stands out to us, and we need to see what the hell's in Bristol and why Bristol came up the way it did. Okay? Everybody do your homework for the next live. As you can see, the camera just did the same thing. But the name Chris, what was it? I can't even remember. That's how funny stuff is. Sometimes when stuff comes through live, I don't remember half the stuff that came through live. Where did we go? It was a Pratt, Chris Pratt. We all know he's an actor, right? But all right, my loves. Tonight was a lot of information and we got new things. And I'm very happy that even something came out so small, even if it might seem small to us, but it might mean something big to Summer and her aunt. Thank you. So please do some research. Don't go crazy. Don't go down rabbit holes, but we're one person and we're doing the best we can. But no matter what you do, push people's lives out, whether it's mine, whether it's somebody else's. Like, share, subscribe, help get their algorithm out there, because these kind of videos are rarely shown unless you guys share. And if we could share the information, we're going to scare the shit out of somebody because somebody knows something, and something in these lives are triggering. So you have to remember what we say is triggering to those who hurt people. So we got to get that going. Okay? Do your homework. You guys are on my Facebook, a lot of you. Shelly T, many freeways around Bristol area racetrack too. Yeah, it definitely is. I bet too, Miss K. Any names that are mentioned on here, please do not harass anybody. Please do not send anything threatening to them. Everything comes out in its own way. Everything comes out in the end. And what do we know? We know Chattanooga. We know wooded area. What do we do? all we can do is look. All we can do is dive in to energy. We can keep going. The longer I work with energy, the more stuff that comes out. And yes, it's hard sometimes, but we get it. We get there little by little. Okay. All right. I am going to be, the next live I do is going to be members live. That is Saturday. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the members live this Saturday. Next week is going to be something out of the realm of what we usually do for like children. Next week, there are murders going on in Houston, or just Texas in general, all the surrounding bayous. Multiple bodies are being retrieved from the bayous. And sadly, they're trying to say, you know, this isn't the work of a serial killer. This isn't the work of, there's a lot of homeless people. It could be trafficking. It could be gang. You're right. It could be anything. But there's something that stood out to me that I need to check into. And I think there's a connection to something more than what the media is talking about. So we're going to get into that. Actually, he is doing really well. He's going through the stages of missing my mom. He's going through the stages of, missing. In the last few years, we've lost a lot. My mom, my dog, that was his dog. My Leah, that was my son's dog, my German Shepherd. She was trained to protect him at all times, and we lost her 12 years after 12 years, and he misses her very much. So, and my mom, she just passed away in May, and he still remembers his other nanny passing, and he misses a lot of things. So there are huge changes for him to try to get through, but we just take it one day at a time. And yes, there's a lot of stress and anxiety about it, but we work through it. Okay, my darlings. Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, members. Okay, next week I will watch for the videos, guys, for the Bayou murders. We're going to be diving into spirit session with some of the victims. I know of several. One in general, her name is Jade. I don't want to say her last name, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out. A college student. Her death has been undetermined. So there's a lot of things going on in her case. Okay. I will see you all Saturday for the members. And then next week. But pay attention to the videos. You guys will know what days and times. Okay? All right, everybody. Please stay safe. And what we always tell each other, how many of you guys can repeat my ending? Repeat my ending where I always tell you guys to be careful and watch your 6. You guys are here and stuff. Yeah, you will. Just another day here. All right, my loves. I will see you all this Saturday. Okay? Have a good week.